Hello students and namaste everyone. I'm Dhaval sir and our today's topic is from your unit number 7, that is poem The Duck and the Kangaroo by Edward Lear. So basically this is a humorous poem as it is written over here of a kind known as nonsense verse. Verse means this poem is actually in a kind of a conversation between the duck and the kangaroo. Okay, so this is just an imaginary poem, and so this poem actually elaborates the desire of a duck whose life was confined, whose life was limited within the limits of the pond, and it wanted to go beyond that and travel the whole world like the kangaroo did. Okay, so the duck in this poem requests the kangaroo to take it to a trip. Okay, and find a solution to the problems which the kangaroo would face. That means if the kangaroo wants to take the duck on a trip around the world, right? As I said, it is just an imaginary story. So how the duck will be able to sit behind the kangaroo, because the kangaroo uh, keeps jumping and leaping very fast, and how the duck will sit behind the or on the back of kangaroo was a big question, right? So how the solution is arrived at and what happens to understand that, will understand the poem. First I'll explain you the poem in brief, and then we'll go line by line and understand the poem. Okay, so as I said, this poem gives an account of the conversation between a duck and a kangaroo. The duck praises the kangaroo for its ability to hop and visit places, right? Because the duck, as I said, its life is confined in the pond, limited in the pond itself. Okay, but the kangaroo keeps on hopping and hopping, and it keeps on moving from one place to another. So the duck finds the pond boring as it has to stay there forever. Okay, and the duck requests the kangaroo to make it sit on its back and go on a trip to places like the D and the Jelly Bolly, Jelly Bolly. So these are actually the imaginary places only. Okay, and crossing the lands and the seas. So it promises, the duck promises that it would remain quiet and would only quack, because the duck, they have the habit of quacking, keep on doing quack quack. Okay, so what the duck promises the kangaroo, that it will keep quiet and it will only do quack. So the kangaroo replies that it will have to think over it, because the duck's wet feet, because the duck is always in, duck's feet are always under the water. So what the kangaroo says, that I will have to think right over it, because uh, the kangaroo is saying that your feet, the wet and cold feet, may give its body the disease of rheumatism. Here in the poem it is given, it is rheumatism or rheumatism. Okay, so it is a kind of disease in which there, the body, the joints in the body, they suffer a pain. Okay, so there is a pain in the joints of the body, that is rheumatism. So the duck says that it has made all the arrangements, okay, for the kangaroo's safety, and it says that it has got a four pairs of worsted socks, right? So worsted means the socks made up of woolen. Okay, and so which will fit its feet. Okay, the web shaped feet, the you have seen the feet of the duck. So the duck is saying that I have already purchased the woolen socks, and I'll wear that, which will fit my feet properly, okay, and you will not feel it wet or cold, okay. Then further, uh, it is saying that it would wear a clock. Clock means it is a loose cloth, okay, which is worn over other clothes, okay. So it would wear a clock to save itself from cold weather, and would smoke one cigar a day too. That means it will also smoke a cigar. The reason of smoking the cigar is described to be as not to feel the cold, okay. So the duck loves the kangaroo and so wants to take precautions for its well-being, right? Because they both are friends, and the kangaroo also agrees to take the duck on a trip, okay. It asks the duck to sit firmly. Firmly means without any movement, okay, and not to move. So this is how the kangaroo instructs the duck. Then the duck, as instructed by kangaroo, sits on the back of it, and the kangaroo starts with a hop, right? It starts hopping, and they take 3 steps around the world, okay, and both of them enjoy each other's company, right? So here it is given they take 3 steps, they hop, and they take a trip around the world, which is not possible, but as I said, it is just an imaginary story. That means the duck is coming out of its world, there is the pond, and moving to different places on the back of the kangaroo, okay. So I must say that the moral of this poem is that the friendship is very precious. We must understand that the friendship is very precious thing in this world, and we should never ever cheat our friends and try to fulfill their wish like the kangaroo did, okay. uh, Through this poem, we also come to know that the kangaroo puts some conditions to fulfill the duck's wish, but it also tried its level best to make its friend happy. Okay, so that was the moral of the poem. Now we'll do one thing. We'll try to read out the poem line by line and try to understand some of the difficult words in the poem. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you would never stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. Okay, so here the word is given is gracious. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious." Gracious means it is used to express a polite surprise, right? So the duck is surprised as to how the kangaroo keeps on hopping and hopping over the fields and the water too, as if you would never stop. And the duck is also saying to the kangaroo that my life is a bore, it is very boring in this nasty pond. So nasty is very bad or pleasant, very bad or pleasant, or we can say unpleasant, okay. And I long to go out in the world beyond. Long means we have heard the word longing. Longing means a strong feeling of need or desire for something. Okay, if we want something, then we say that I long for that thing. So the duck is saying that I long to go out in the world beyond. And what the duck is saying, I wish I could hop like you, said the kangaroo to the, or said the duck to the kangaroo. So that was the first paragraph. We'll go to the second paragraph. Now further what the duck is saying, please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. I would sit quite still. Still means without any movement, and say nothing but quack. Okay, what the duck is saying that I'll not make any kind of noise, I'll not speak anything, I'll just quack the whole of the long day through. That means for the whole day, while sitting on your back, I'll not speak anything. And we would go to the D and the Jelly Lee. As I said, that these are the places, imaginary places, the duck lists and it wants to visit. Okay. Over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride. Oh, do. That means it is pleasing the kangaroo to take him to the ride. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Okay. In the third paragraph, now the kangaroo is saying to the duck, said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole, it might bring me luck, and there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatis, said the kangaroo. So, what the kangaroo is saying, that this requires some little reflection. That means the kangaroo is saying that I need to think about it. Okay, perhaps on the whole, it might bring me luck. So, and there seems but one objection. So, the kangaroo is saying that I need time to think, and before that, the kangaroo is saying that there is one problem, and the problem is that if you sit on my back, right, your feet, which are very cold and wet, will give me rheumatism. So rheumatism, as I said, it is rheumatism, which is a kind of disease in which a person gets pain in the joints. Okay, so the kangaroo is saying these words to the duck. So in the reply, the duck is saying, as I sat on the rocks, I have thought over that completely. So the duck is saying that don't worry about that problem. I have a solution for that. And what is the solution? We'll read out. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. So as I said, that worsted means what? So worsted are the types of threads of wool. Okay, so actually they are the woolen socks. Okay, which fit my web feet neatly. Neatly means perfectly. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak. So as I said, cloak, CLOAK. Cloak is a sleeveless, it is outdoor overgarment that hangs loosely from the shoulder. You might have seen the magician and other people. They wear a kind of cloth which is over here, and from here it is loose. Okay, so that is known as cloak. Okay, and every day a cigar I will smoke. So the duck is saying that to keep myself warm, I will smoke one cigar every day, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. Right, so the duck is trying to say that I love you so much, that means I care for you so much, that I have made or taken all the precautions for you not getting the cold. Okay, so that is the reason the kangaroo says, I am ready, all in the moonlight pale, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. Okay, what the kangaroo is saying, that please sit straight in a steady way so that you don't fall, and quite at the end of my tail. Right, so in the picture you can see, okay, how the duck is sitting. So away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times around. Right, just an imaginary thing, not possible to go through the world 3 times, right? And who so happy? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. So through these lines, the poet is trying to say that they both enjoyed the company of each other so well that they were very, very happy. Okay, so here the explanation of the poem gets over, and I end my lecture over here, and I thank you everyone for watching the video.